Lecture 3. The Circle of View for the Construction of Perspectives. In this lecture, we will introduce the cone of vision. The cone of vision incorporates spatial points into the perspective model. Spatial points refer to specific locations or coordinates within a three-dimensional space. Spatial points have their own projection rays called spatial rays. Spatial rays, together with the projection rays of an object, which we can call object rays, form the visual cone. The visual cone is projected onto the picture plane as a circle, called the circle of view. The tip of the cone of vision coincides with the center of projection, situated within the observer's head. Here is an outside view of the visual cone incorporated into the perspective model. The visual cone extends outward from the center of projection, projecting the circle of view onto the picture plane. Now, how big should we make the cone of vision and, by extension, the circle of view? To answer this question, we first need to understand the visual angle. It turns out that the ideal size of the visual cone is determined by the ideal visual angle, which is 90 degrees. A 90-degree visual angle provides us with valuable information about how the observer relates to the rest of the perspective model. The top view of the perspective model is called the horizontal plan. In the left diagram, the green line represents a larger circle of view. In the right diagram, the green line represents a smaller circle of view. Now, on the right, note that knowing the radius of the circle of view does not directly provide us with the observer's distance to the picture plane. However, on the left, knowing the radius of the circle of view indeed equates to knowing the observer's distance to the picture plane. This distinction arises from the angle of vision. In the right diagram, the angle of vision is simply some acute angle. All that we can deduce from this information is that the radius of the circle of view is shorter than the distance from the observer to the picture plane. In the left diagram, the angle of vision is 90 degrees, which means that the length of the circle of view's radius is equal to the distance from the observer to the picture plane. So a 90-degree angle of vision gives us a 90-degree cone of vision. Here's a 90-degree cone of vision viewed from the outside, where the radius of the circle of view is the same length as the distance from the center of projection to the center of vision. Here's the perspective model with a 90-degree cone of vision from various viewpoints. With a 90-degree angle of vision, the angle between opposite projection rays and the sagittal line is 45 degrees. This means that the cone of vision intersects the picture plane at 45 degrees. Thus, we label the points of intersection 45 left and 45 right. The same logic applies to the side view. The angle between opposite projection rays and the horizontal plane is 45 degrees. So the projection rays intersect the picture plane at 45 degrees. Thus, we label the points of intersection 45 vertical 1 and 45 vertical 2. Now, the station point aligns with 45 vertical 2 and is the same distance to the picture plane as the center of projection is to the center of vision, and as the center of vision is to 45 vertical 2. This equivalence allows us to let 45 vertical 2 also represent the station point from the front view. The front view is the foundation for what we call the circle of view for the construction of perspectives. Here is an outside view of the circle of view for the construction of perspectives, and here is the circle of view for the construction of perspectives from the point of view of the blue observer. In this view, you are the observer. The center of projection is located in your head, and the center of vision is at the intersection of the horizon and lateral lines. The picture plane is the surface that the circle of view is traced on. In this view, 45 vertical 2 also represents the station point. The circle of view for the construction of perspectives, or the observer's view, will be the foundation for all our perspective drawings throughout the rest of the course.